to the Ontario Junior Men's Field Lacrosse League championship game. It is the game that we've all been anticipating, the Mimico Mountaineers trying to knock off the 12-0 Oshawa Blue Knights. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Pat Gregoire. Should be an exciting championship game. Oshawa, clearly the heavy favorites. They won a game against Mimico a couple weeks ago that was hotly contested, quite contentious. And, we had Gareth Haig, the goalie, running out to get into a fight at halftime, standing up for his brother Ryan. Mimico getting first possession as they are wearing the bright pink uniforms that they got a few weeks ago. Going right to left on your screen. And Oshawa Blue Knights, so deep, so solid at every position. Mimico does have about half a dozen runners on the bench. 5 actually subs, so better than they had a couple weeks ago, which could help them out.
Yeah.
Oshawa actually not a super deep bench, so we'll see how things work out. Here's a drive to the net, the first shot of the game, and the first goal. Peyton Cormier, 43 goals in the regular season, and he's off to a quick start here. 1-0 Mimico, less than a minute in.
Yeah, the Virginia commit, Peyton Cormier, showing how he's such a deadly attacker. He's so big for so fast for how big he is. He just bull rushes through guys, and he's got that quick release that's so unpredictable where it goes. And what a better start. Couldn't ask for a better start for this Mimico team. You get Haig winning the draw, and that is one big thing we're going to be watching today is the draw.
Well, Scott Reed has been the all-Ontario face-off guy. It's actually Parker Pfeiffer up there taking the draw. Do we have Reed in the roster for Oshawa today? Here they come. Pfeiffer running it. A little fake. Had Gareth Haig moving, but they decided to hold on to it. And we'll have to check. We haven't been given the game sheet yet to double check if Reed is in the game, but what a difference maker he is. Just gives them possession all the time. And as we saw in the B championship game, when you can get that ball off the face-off and create chances from it, as that first shot by Oshawa goes wide, that was Brendan McCoy letting that one rip. But, it's so important when you can make things happen.
Yeah.
We saw with the Barrie face-off, man. Hamilton did take that game, a thriller, 12-10 in the B final. Right now it's 1-0 for Mimico. The goal's not up on the board yet. We'll see. It was a goal. We went back to the face-off dot. Some dodging by Devin Pfeiffer. They're going to cycle the ball up top. William Carndiff hands it off. They go down low to Kernan. Brady Kernan, huge season with 71 points, including 44 goals. A lot of big scorers. Cormier, as we mentioned, had 43 for Mimico. Thomas McConvey, who is number 15, had 45 goals. Little spin move and a snipe by Jonathan McConvey. He had 29 in the regular season, and he's got one here to make it 2-0 for the guys in pink.
And, this is a great start for Mimico. We did see them come out with a ton of energy last time these two teams played, but the wheels did fall off as they didn't have the runners, and you had guys like the McConvey brothers and also, Haig as well at the midfield positions. They had to play both sides. Yeah. Today, with the bigger bench, we're going to be able to see those players put their efforts into the right places and have more energies, and they'll be able to sustain that pressure throughout the entire game. I think we're in for a really, really great treat here today.
7 players from these two teams filling many of the spots on the All-Ontario Awards, the All-Ontario team. Brady Kernan from the Oshawa Blue Knights, of course, with all those points, joined by Brock Strong, the defender. What a solid season he had, along with Scott Reed, the face-off man. And for Mimico, Peyton Cormier, as we mentioned, the brilliant attack, midfielder Thomas McConvey, and the goaltending duo of Gareth Haig and Callum Lenthinen. Oshawa will take possession, and William Carndiff will lob it ahead. And there's a long pass over to the far side as Kernan just sends the one hopper. No score put up on the board yet. We're anticipating those couple of Mimico goals going up as we're 4 minutes into the first quarter. 4 15-minute running time quarters. There will be stop time for the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. What a feed through. It looked like it might be a little behind Tristan Dempers, but he just reached back and that was Parker Pfeiffer.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Kernan. He's such a deadly shooter. To the defenders almost immediately commit to the shot because you have to get out to hands. You have to defend him because we've seen him score so many different ways. But then that opens up opportunities for him to fill or feed other players on the inside, and that's just a perfect feed from Kernan, who has had an outstanding season.
There's Scott Reed in against Ryan Haig. They are battling. Reed comes up with it. He's got it in the back of his stick. Spins and tries to get it popped over to himself. Ryan Haig gives him a push in the back, and that's going to be a loose ball violation. Ball going Oshawa's way. Expect some extended battles between those two face-off guys. I don't know what all the balloting results were, but I'm guessing Ryan Haig was a strong contender for the draw man category. Scott Reed is just, he's so complete as a face-off guy.
Yeah, no doubt. He's not just one of these players that pick and pop it to themselves. Yeah. He can win a face-off anyways. He can muck and grind. He can, like I said, finesse. He'll win the ball to himself. He's just all around. And like you said, he provides so much offense off that face-off as
11 goals and 8 assists. There's a great save. Oh, but what a rebound chance. And it is banged home.
Exactly. But a great job there by William Carnduff to get a great opportunity, but it was a big save by Haig, but just an unfortunate bounce for Mimico as it goes right in the stick, and you're going to bury that chance almost 9 times out of 10.
Sounds like the goal being awarded to Brady Kernan, which doesn't seem right. I thought it was.
No.
I was pretty sure it was Jaden O'Connor, but hey, either way, we got 8:22 to go here, and we've got a 2-2 game. Again, we talked about how last time Mimico came out fast, and as the game went on, Oshawa just ground them down and ran away. And there's some history between these teams. Again, some fights a couple weeks ago. Yep. Cooler heads did prevail. I think a pretty good job done by the coaches for the most part. And some of the veteran players to keep things in check so it didn't really get out of hand. That halftime battle where everyone was there in the same spot could have got pretty ugly. Haig, a little high step, tries to make the pass, doesn't get through, but it is picked up by Pearson Noble. Noble's pass is tipped down. Nice job by Ben McDonald. But a little bit of help, and Mimico comes up with possession as that was Ryan. What was that? Zipping in there. Oh, it's Thomas McConvey. Not surprising. Oh, great job by Wyatt Craik staying out of the crease as he was checked as he ran by the line. And here comes Kernan. Oh, what a play. That was William Carnduff. I was watching the man on the far side. That's who I thought the pass was intended to.
I don't doubt it's a gorgeous feed. Oh. Kernan just dices up his defender. He recognizes that the defender does a good job recovering. So instead of taking to the net, he kind of fades away and waits for Carnduff. Like you said, running at full speed, hits Carnduff, and Carnduff burying that for his first goal of the game. But we saw him almost score another one. Carnduff this year with just 8 goals in the regular season, 28 assists though. So known more as a feeder, but today showing that he can score the ball as well.
And the feed by Kernan we've talked about, and the finish, but what a catch.
Yeah.
The run by Kernan, too. Again,
full speed.
Wow. I assume it's hard to catch a ball when you're going that fast. I've never run that fast in my life, so I don't know. Flag is down.
Couple flags.
As Carnduff battles. Eventually triple teamed, and it's going to be Thomas McConvey going off. Pretty nice uniforms, those pink with the pale blue, but not the easiest numbers to read for Mimico.
No. Do like them, though. They are sharp, and it would be a little bit tougher, I think, if these two teams played very similar. OBK with the black and baby blue, and Mimico traditionally the navy blue and baby blue. So
yeah. Kernan with another feed. Bounce shot at the save once again by Haig. Got the stick down low and actually came back up. That's quick hands on the bounce to get your stick from the high position down low and back up to stop the bouncer from Devin Pfeiffer. And here's Haig running around. Oh, just a little bit cheeky. Almost picked off by Parker Pfeiffer, but he does get the ball through. Here's Cormier going for a run. He talked about the speed, given he's a pretty big guy. And he goes end-to-end and scores. He scored on the run the first goal, and that was more of a sidearm. This one, he goes through everybody and goes dead overhand, high to low, up into the mesh.
Yeah, and that is why Peyton Cormier is going to Virginia, one of the top programs historically in Division I lacrosse. It's not just his goal-scoring ability, but he's such a good athlete with his size. You know, he can pretty much do anything on the offensive side of the ball. And even when he gets caught on defense, he does a great job playing D as well. A very, very well-rounded player that Cormier is.
Virginia, on a bit of a rebound after maybe a few down years in that program by their standards. And be interesting to see what Cormier can do when he gets there. And there's Reed just pulling it out and popping it up to himself. So composed. Even now, you can see Reed just one eye on what's going on around him, one eye on Ryan Haig in defense. Oshawa's Kernan will pick it up. Strong season with the Junior B Clarington Green Gales. Of course, his brother Connor, a star for the Whitby Warriors, where you got to figure Brady's probably going to be next summer. Great defensive play by Mimico, but then the ball thrown away. It must have been, they are going to say it's Mimico possession, so not sure if they called a push or if they're saying it was deflected out by an Oshawa player, but Mimico maintains possession.
You mentioned Kieran having such a strong summer with the Green Gales, and you said, you imagine he's got to be there for Whitby. As a coach of the West Durham Ironheads, I'm certainly hoping so.
Yeah. Yes, as a conference rival of the Green Gales, you've seen plenty.
Oh, yes.
Brady Kernan.
Yes.
As you said, I mean, we've seen it out here and in box, the same traits, that brilliant vision. I mean, again, we talked about the pass to Carnduff and the catch by Carnduff, but just seeing while he had his man thinking, he's got to be thinking shot, and to see that Carnduff was coming from, I mean, honestly, Carnduff was probably 10 yards away when Kernan started to make that pass. Now he's just fighting his way through a check, feeds it down low, another beauty and a great finish. Dante Koulis makes it 4-3, and that is Oshawa's, no, it's not. It's their second lead of the day, because after Mimico went up 2-0, it was 3 straight by Oshawa. Then Cormier tied it up. So back in the lead is the Oshawa Blue Knights.
And another unbelievable feed. And that just shows why Kernan is going to the Division I level with St. Bonaventures. He's going to provide a new program, some offense right away. He's going to, get a ton of field time, and it's his athleticism, and it's also his skill and his smarts, as we've seen today with 2 unbelievable passes. Head coach Randy Mearns is definitely going to be pleased when he sees him ready to go. I believe he's committed for 2022.
22. Wow, that's a long way away.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That would be his graduation year.
So that's 5 years from now.
Yes. No, it'd be his graduation year. So he'd be enrolled
19, he'd be starting.
Yes.
Right? Ryan Haig lost a mitt on the face-off and gave up possession. He has a chat with Kyle Kropp and says, I think something untoward may have happened there, sir. We talked about it last game. You can't say a whole lot to the officials in field lacrosse. As guys who watch a lot of box as well, and we're involved in a lot of box, it's quite a dichotomy. Oh, what a play. It's good. The diving attempt.
They see an opportunity to score, they take it, and what an unbelievable play by Parker Pfeiffer, the younger of the 2 Pfeiffer brothers. But Parker getting his second of the game, and to extend this OBK lead to 5-3.
And then Scott Reed once again gets possession, but he did something.
Stuck in his stick.
Oh, did he double pop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The officials give him enough time to give the one pop to get it out of the stick, but just a couple Too many shakes. Oh, truck stick.
Oh, Cormier switches hands, goes through a couple of players. And Oshawa starting to give some high fives, but had to still play defense. Oh, and the ball's given away. Almost a colossal mistake. And McConvey misses the net. He can't believe he missed out on that opportunity. So we will go to the end of the first quarter with the score 5-3. Goals going up on the board in bunches. It was 3-3 on the scoreboard, and then they went 4-3 and then 5-3, just like that.
Yeah, and that's the difficult thing. I mean, it's next to impossible to, shut down Kiernan, but if you do contain him, there's still so many other players that can kill you. The depth of this team is no doubt the strength, and it's not just on offense. They have depth at the defense position as well too.
And they have possession out of the open of the second quarter. And this is probably about as long as we've seen Oshawa hold the ball, actually. I mean, they're not one of those teams that we talked about. Some teams really like the methodical play. And they are methodical. They're patient, but
they pick their places.
Yeah, when there's a chance, they go. They don't wait around unnecessarily.
No.
That effort by Devin Pfeiffer, pretty good, but he wound up losing the ball. Oh, what a play by Haig to stay out of his crease as he ran to help out. Now he's going for a sprint. He'll shorten up the hole and just put his shoulder down and blasts his way through Pfeiffer. Then passes the ball off and will now trot back to his own end. Flag coming. Delayed penalty. Oh, that put when Croppen's flag through about 15 yards and almost hit the defender. Mimico setting up, shooting. That one's blocked. Oshawa will get possession, and it's going to be a penalty to Devin Pfeiffer. I think he may have taken a bit of a whack after his brother Parker was run over.
Yeah.
by Gareth Haig. Oh, what a great play there. The finish by Ryan Haig, a lovely pass. Yeah,
too easy, just
winding up, and then the pass.
Yeah, and just Haig does a great job just sneaking in behind the D, picks up. It's a quick release, just catches and turns away. Haig and his brother.
Just a little lever pass.
Yep. And that's the thing. We mentioned it with Kiernan. You have to be so aware of deadly shooters like Cormier there. And Oshawa just looks like they just get caught ball watching, just all focused on Cormier. It looks like he's getting ready to load up a shot, and Haig does a nice job just to slip behind and get open.
That face-off bounces around and is booted ahead. And eventually it's going to be Mimico coming up with possession. Went all the way back out to Ryan Haig. Oh. Wow. I mean, what can you say about Peyton Cormier? The reason he had 67 points.
We've seen him score all different ways here today. His outside rep, he'll take it from end to end and score. Yeah. Ball rush through guys. Yeah. I mean, he is just so hard to stop. And, I mean, he's a nightmare for not just players to try to defend, but for a coach to try to drop a plan to shut him down. And I imagine, like you said, when he gets to the NCAA level, he's going to be a terror.
Haig with the win, going himself. That one's knocked down though and snagged there by Adam Allman, but the ball is loose.
And it's
great
Cormier.
Effort by Cormier. Oh, fourth goal. He now has one on his offside on the run sidearm, one from running through the whole team, dead overhand from straight in front, one on his shooting side where he went, where he just picked a spot, and that one where he caused the turnover, got it the ground ball himself, and again on the run. 3 goals on the run, one standing still, all different launch angles. Along the lines of maybe get on his hands. I mean, yeah. Easier said than done, because he'll just put the shoulder in and knock you away.
Yeah, he's so difficult to defend, and that's the one thing we didn't even mention, him playing away from the ball, just doing a great job to force that turnover. While you're developing in this type of league, if the more positions that you can play, it's only going to help you develop into a well-rounded lacrosse player.
Great example last night in a huge Kufla playoff game. Maybe the biggest first-round playoff game ever in Kufla. As Queens is hosting the Piscataway Cup, they got a automatic bid to the final, another extended face-off, this time Parker Pfeiffer. And it comes out, and there's going to be a battle for the ball. But Trent and Bishops, two very strong teams playing in the first round. Here's a chance. Oh, great defense. And are they going to say it was a shot or a pass? I think it was an attempt to make a pass, but it was close enough to being a shot that they will say it was a shot at net, and Mimico will attain possession. But you see Lyman Beattie, who was struggling for playing time with Trent, became in his third year a D-midi, and scored a bunch of points last year. Hadn't scored a goal this year, playing mostly defense, and then scored in overtime. There's Cormier. That shot is wide. But Lyman Beattie stepping up and playing defense all night long in the overtime, goes for a run, gets a nice pass from Garrett Eddy, who did it all, and scores the game-winning goal to send them to the Piscataway Cup, where they want to take it a step further. Trent going to the finals last year and losing to Western. Brock, of course, 12-0 this year. Big powerhouse. Right now, though, Mimico with the 6-5 lead, and McCombie hands it over to Haig. And Mimico's going to take their time. Again, they do have some more runners, but with a few guys playing such key roles, doesn't hurt them here to take a bit of time. And Haig's just going to back away, and now the stall warning goes into effect. He just looks over at the ref, says, okay, the stall is on, I'm going in. Little dodge, runs into Pfeiffer, battles through, nice D by Pfeiffer, and then an attempt to check. Haig still has it. Excellent effort by Brock Strong. But that is a couple of outstanding players going one-on-one with Strong and Haig. Here's Cormier. That pass knocked away. He's a big challenge, but that was some nice defense there. I think it was it Ben McDonald tying up with Cormier?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a tough task to have to cover Cormier. He's a big body, but he can move quick. You just have to try to match body, but he's so strong, so fast.
And McDonald did a great job. And now, though, behind the play, he's straightening his stick. I think Cormier's power actually bent the shaft of
I believe it.
Stick.
I believe it.
Did the old bend it back on the ground, take a sight line down like you're looking down a pool cue. There's a Oshawa player knocked to the ground by a couple of defenders, and the flag comes up now. So man-up opportunity for Oshawa to try and even things up. They get the ball moving around the outside, taking their time, probing the defense. Kernan gets it back. Immediately down low. There's a cutter. Oh, great play by Devin Pfeiffer just to get the pass, and then complete hand-over-hand twister to bounce that one through. That's a gorgeous catch release.
Absolutely. Just flawless. Great feed on the offhand side, though, but it doesn't matter, as Pfeiffer just scoring a beautiful goal. A very huge goal, might I add. And there's that OBK offense. It doesn't take them long to get going. They strike often and early, and very, very timely goal here for Oshawa to try to get momentum back on their side.
Pfeiffer, very much like the earlier Cardiff goal, just running through, taking the pass in traffic. He's got the ball again off the faceoff. And we're at 6-6, halfway through the second quarter. I was about to say second quarter, and then I looked at the scoreboard. As I was saying it said third quarter. And as I was saying that, it flipped back to second quarter. We're 6-6. Just over 7 minutes to play in the second. I'm Steven Stamp with Pat Gregoire. Thanks for watching OJMFLL action. Championship weekend action here on JVI Sports Network. Cardiff behind the net. It's a very static pick from Kernan, who takes the pass now. Spins back inside, goes to one knee, pops back up. Some good defense there by Max Naismith, but you just can't get the ball away from Kernan. They throw it up top now. We'll see what Pfeiffer can create. He's going to get a little pick from Adam Smelly. Actually, he's just going to slip right by it, go for a run in his own, go to the net, shoot, save by the feet of Haig. And we're going to have another penalty coming. Back to the man advantage. 6-6 tie, 6 minutes to go. 6:06 to go. Lots of sixes here in the second quarter. Pfeiffer's up top. Cardiff gets the pass back, goes back to Pfeiffer. Working on their right side, leaving Kernan out of it for now, and it works to perfection. That's just a sidearm launch.
On the left-hand side, that frees up Koulis, who just unloads a shot. Like you said, 36 goals in the regular season. Randy Marin's also familiar with the Kieran family, as older brother Connor playing with him or for him, I should say, at Canisius, where he was previouspreviously before for many, many years, and also there as a player.
Randy Mearns, great guy. Did a bunch of NLL, well, at least one NLL draft with him. I've done 7 now.
Oh, wow.
I know. Man, hard to believe.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. It is a lot of fun. This is a fun game. We were wondering if Oshawa would start to pull away from Mimico the way they did a couple weeks ago. So far, though, it is a tight contest. Mimico within 1 at 7-6 Oshawa. It was 6-5 for Mimico. We'll see if Cormier can put the Mountaineers back on his back. He's got, 3 goals so far? And
3 goals and an assist.
4
yes.
goals, actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
there's the 3 at the other end. There's 2 at each end, actually. 2 in each quarter. The 1 on the run sidearm, the 1 overhand sidearm after running through everybody. Oh, and there's a beauty of a little skip shot by Jonathan McConvey. That's why he's an all-Ontario midfielder, among many of the reasons he's an all-Ontario midfielder.
Yes, and just a outside shot, perfectly placed, just changing planes, rips that one, bouncer that just skips, beating Allman.
7-7, 3:43 to go here in the first half. Haig and Reed once again battling. Haig pulls it out to himself, flicks it back, and is grabbed by McConvey. Just scored. He's got another chance here and another goal. That's a gorgeous bouncer. It looks like it actually went 5-hole on Allman.
Talk about how quickly that the Oshawa team can score, but Mimico doing a great job, and Haig must have been maybe ticked off that he wasn't selected for that face-off because, boy, has he been good this afternoon. And not only does he win the draw, but makes a beautiful heads-up play to flip it back to his player instead of trying to win it to himself.
I mean, I'm a big Scott Reed fan, but, boy, I'm starting to wonder myself, too, like, how is Haig not part of that all-Ontario team? His brother Gareth is the goalie. And Ryan's going to run over and immediately be on Pfeiffer, but he's a bit late getting there. It actually takes a bad angle, runs right past him. A little spin by Brock Strong, who is up at in the offensive zone as a long pole. He's going to get back where he's more comfortable with that 6-foot pole. Oh, almost a perfect tic-tac-toe play, but the pass was just a little bit behind Kernan on the run.
Not too often we see Oshawa with an offensive turnover. They're so smart with the ball, and I'm not saying that wasn't a smart decision. It was a great decision.
Fine,
Just a little bit too far off, but yeah, they're so smart with the ball, and they understand how important possession is.
That pass missing Kernan on the run on the pass by Cardiff almost kind of reinforces just how good the 2 earlier on the run passes we saw were, because it's so hard to time that so perfectly. We have a timeout taken now by Mimico. Again, with the short pull, they've got Tristan Dempers up on Haig. He's actually backing down to double team Jordan Reeves for now. Sorry, that's Jonathan McConvey who's covering. Wow, so you've got the short pull stuck between the 2 of them. That does not seem good for Oshawa, although there is, of course, a defender right nearby, ready to help out. That's Ben McDonald, who we saw, a terrific play earlier. Or is that Benton Oliver? Yeah, it's actually Oliver that is up there. Cormier taking his time behind the net. He's watched by John Doligan. Just dancing on his toes. Throws it out. McConvey. Good movement by Mimico, and the shot by Haig. And a penalty coming. He was absolutely drilled just as he released the ball. And he is down in some apparent discomfort. Clock is stopped with 50 seconds to go. After the Haig goal makes it 9-7 for Mimico. He definitely took a big hit.
And that's the thing Haig brings as well. It's pretty known that he's a tough player to play against. And
yeah.
does draw a little bit extra attention to himself. So.
And, I mean, the thing is, when you have the ball moving north, south, east, west, all over the place, you get guys running around. Oh, off the crossbar by Cormier and out of play. But, you've got guys running. You can see Dempers was coming from one position, having to run out, took a bunch of steps to get out to Haig. And, I mean, not that flailing's not the right word. I'm saying you're kind of flailing around a little bit. Things are just moving when you're going. What a rip. Low to high or mid to high by Jonathan McConvey. That's gorgeous. And it's 10-7. They take advantage of the man up to take a 3-goal lead into the half. Just 5 seconds to go. It'll tick off before we get a face-off. They're not even going to pretend to go to center. What a finish to that half by Mimico. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. We're ready for the second half. It is Mimico 10, Oshawa 7. Mimico in their breast cancer awareness pink with the baby blue, going right to left on your screen once again, and going left to right, wearing the black with the baby blue. Numbers are the Oshawa Blue Knights. 12-0 in the regular season, but Mimico is 30 minutes away. That's Oshawa is. Mimico 30 minutes away from toppling the Blue Knights and claiming the OJMFLL championship. Once again, Mimico with possession. Hard sidearm shot goes a little wide. Mimico is still on the man up. Is that penalty to Tristan Dempers for running over Ryan Haig still being served? Cormier is up at the top, takes the pass. Haig is actually down on top of the crease. Oh, why? What a shot. Just absolutely letting that one fly. That was Jonathan McConvey. And yes, another pair of brothers, the McConveys. Jonathan, wearing number 6, 29 goals in the regular season. Pales compared to his brother Thomas's 45. Boy, he can snipe as well.
Who had a very outstanding season this year.
Mimico Cup. Huge win in the semifinals of the OLA Junior A League against the Brampton Excelsiors.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite carry that over to the OLA finals against Six Nations, where they kind of rested some guys.
Yeah.
Didn't have a heck of an effort. Now, they played pretty well though at the Minto.
They did.
They were right there.
Yeah.
Boy, that Six Nations Arrows team is good.
It was insane. The defense. I mean, you want to talk about a strong defensive unit. I mean, it was. You and I, big fans of the defensive game.
Yes.
It was a treat to watch those guys play.
And I mean, everyone talks about Austin Stotts and Tahoga Nanticoke and that, and deservedly so. I mean, great players, but that defense was. I'm trying to think if I've seen a better defensive unit as a whole in Junior A lacrosse.
I know I haven't. I definitely haven't.
I mean, some others were comparable, but better, that'd be hard to say.
Yeah, no.
Mimico taking their time. It is back to even strength. Mimico leads 11-7. And again, we've seen this from them a little bit. Generally, they like to get in, push the pace, start going, but they are going to take some time and rest up. They do have some runners, although a few of the guys not playing a whole lot. Oh, what a twister. Great finish by Thomas McConvey, and the flag to follow.
Unbelievable individual effort from McConvey going in and rips that twister home. But the best part of the entire thing is getting that extra flag as the ball goes in between the nets. I think it's still going to carry over as it was after, as the OBK player is going to take a seat. So Mimico with another chance to extend their lead here. If it is a Mimico team, they have always pride themselves off being the underdog. So
I mean, they won 8 games in the regular season. It's not like this is not a strong club. It's not like they're huge underdogs.
Nope.
But the 12-0 Oshawa Blue Knights, as we said, have been so deep and so strong. And there's another flag on the field. And this time, it's going to be Thomas McConvey going off. We'll see if they just pass the ball around and wait to get the extra man, or if they're going to take a chance. Scott Reed is out there at the top. There's Carndiff behind the net. Taking a few whacks from Bradley Hutchcraft. Oh, nice moves. Still somehow holding the ball is Devin Pfeiffer and just kind of drops the ball into the net. I mean,
unbelievable by Devin Pfeiffer. I mean, you want to talk about an individual effort. That is it right there. Spinning around like a tornado and then finishes it off with just casually one hands, drops that one in past Garrett Hagg. And wow. If that can't spark your offense to start scoring some goals, I don't know what will.
12-8 Mimico, 5 minutes into the third quarter. And if the Blue Knights can get the ball back, they will have a bit of time left on the advantage. Or no, we're actually back to even strength now. McCombie's already gone. Been released from his penalty. So it's 12-8. 9 runners aside on the field. And Cormier is just going through everybody. And I was just going to say he's run himself too far down. Doesn't have an angle to shoot, but he did.
Next to no space to put that ball short side. And he just rips that one home. Allman, it looks like he's shocked. He can't believe it.
Mimico goals here as they've gone up 13-8. And what a response to the Oshawa goal by Cormier just going down the other end. Scott Reed wanted a tripping call. They do come up with the ball, however. Oh, nice try by Pfeiffer to flick the ball across. Cardiff actually looked a little surprised by that pass. Now, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it got tipped or something because you can't be surprised by any pass on this Oshawa team.
No.
Pfeiffer and Kernan, such great passers.
Yeah, I believe it was tipped as they regained possession there.
Yeah. Cardiff passes it back up top.
Yeah, but the style of offense that Oshawa plays, it's not quite a run and gun because they are pretty conservative, but at the same time, when they see an opportunity, they definitely take it.
Yeah, we talked about how they will strike as soon as there's a chance. They'll be methodical. They'll take their time. As Brendan McCoy setting up. They wheel it back around to the top. Dante Koulis. He'll give it to Kernan. He's just going to slow things down a little. 13-8 the score as we near the midway point of the third quarter in this Ontario Junior Men's Field Lacrosse League championship game. Kernan puts the shoulder down, trying to bull his way through. Now he gets some space. Oh, tries to whip it back to himself and loses control. He's not very happy. That was a terrific defensive effort by Max Naismith. He actually worked and worked and worked with Kernan and then lost him for a second, but did get back, and as Kernan tried to rip the ball back into position, just lost it. Now Kernan is trying to play some D, and he actually goes offside.
Yep.
And that's a bit of an error. And that, I think, is from the frustration of losing control of the ball.
No doubt. Absolutely. And you can tell him running off the field. He's not pleased with himself there at all, but that's the thing with the field lacrosse game. You have to ride hard. You have to put pressure while you're in reverse transition, but at the same time, you got to be aware. Yeah. You got to be aware. You got to be in control.
Yeah. Oh, Cormier puts that one off the inside of the post and crossbar connection, and it comes rocketing out. Holy cow, he had something on that.
He's got 5 goals here today, and I think that's his second or maybe even third pipe he's hit today.
Yeah. Oh, that pass is knocked down. Great one-handed snag by Pfeiffer. Then runs through traffic. Nice play. We've seen Devin Pfeiffer, that is playing well in the offensive end, doing it at this end of the field too. And
yeah,
here comes Brock Strong with the lob ahead. Chance. Pass it down low. Oh, Cardiff just kind of ran himself past shooting position. And, oh, what a terrific play between Brock Strong and Pfeiffer getting that one set up. I think Cardiff would like to have another shot at that because if he just stepped a little harder, he could have kept himself in possession. But it's easy to say after, right?
No doubt.
Oh, what a save by Haig. Pfeiffer. And then he runs it out. You talked earlier, Haig is always ready to go when he makes that catch as a goalie. And he got up so quick, hands it off to Cormier. 5-goal lead with 5:25 to go in the third quarter. Mimico ahead.
I think we're going to start to see Mimico definitely slow this down, but they will take their chances.
Yeah, they slowed it down for about 8 seconds, and then they go to the net, and what a finish by Ryan Haig.
It all starts with Gareth Haig, though, with that save, moving the ball up the floor. And with them being up 6 goals with 5 minutes left, they're still making sure, let's stay on it. making sure they have their proper matchups. They know that this Oshawa Blue Knights team can score at will at times, but they've done a great job keeping them at bay. Sure, they scored 8 goals, but I think if you would have told Mimico, hey, if you hold them to 8 goals, you're going to be okay with that, I'm sure they will, because they're also confident that their offense can score as well.
Now there's 19 and a half minutes to go. So we'll see, again, as you said, what Oshawa can do.
Yeah.
And there is a real run for the ball by Caleb Arbor.
Oh,
and he has taken out one of the minor officials. They're trying to help him up, and I think the official's saying, just give me a second. Yeah, they've actually turned the scoreboard off. We want to make sure that that official's okay. And she's up and ready to go again. Gets a hug from Caleb Arbor. Nobody on the field feels worse than Caleb Arbor running her over. Now, what was that restart right there? It was like a women's field lacrosse where they just put the ball between them. Oh, and Cormier, another post and another post. The ball's bouncing everywhere, and Allman comes up with it. I am not familiar with that method of restarting play. Oh, Kernan, it bounced away from him, but he went offside earlier, but here he stays onside, snags the ball. Backdoor pass. Oh, great defense. What a play.
But he runs back into his own crease. But, you'll take that because it's almost a guaranteed goal if that pass gets through.
Absolutely. That was Callum Lenthinen, who's also the backup goaltender. Didn't play because you don't play when you're the backup to Ryan Haig or Gareth Haig. Nice job by Carndiff to hold on to the ball under some strong defensive pressure. That shot just kind of drifted just over. I actually thought it was going in, but it was knocked away. Oshawa regains possession. Just under 3 to go here in the third quarter. 14-8 Mimico. And I think the fans of the Oshawa Blue Knights and the team themselves are a little stunned right now. But they get a goal on the nice dodge by Kernan. Great hands.
You talk about how the fans are stunned. No one's stunned that Kernan is doing something like that. I mean, he is so deadly. It doesn't matter what side of the field, where he is on the field in the offensive end. He is such a high-rated prospect heading to St. Bonaventures.
Reed with the face-off win. And Kernan very much like Cormier in that sense that he can do it from any angle, from any position on the field. That pass is thrown away by Oshawa, but great teamwork to get a chance to get it back. But Mimico keeps going after it. That's a pretty smart little play if he can come up with it. My goodness. Just dropping the ball on the turf to roll it past the defender, but they're going to call a moving pick violation on Mimico, so all is for naught after the effort by Lenthinen, who he's having himself quite a quarter here, at least the last few minutes.
Yeah, he's looked really, really good this quarter.
Minute and a half to go. Oshawa with the ball. They trail 14-9.
Quickly talking about Kernan and Cormier. Cormier obviously much bigger than Kernan, but Kernan still loves to use his body to try to create separation. And
well, he's so strong for his size.
Yeah.
Look at that work. Spinning, shooting. Oh, no, it's blocked. Didn't even get through. Oh, and then a great defensive play.
And a beautiful pass to boot as well.
Jacob Manigan comes up with the ball and, as you said, gets the ball up ahead. Oh, what a terrific play. We haven't called Manigan's name all day, but that was a beauty. Haig spinning. Wants to shoot. Does. Scores. What a dagger that is to the Blue Knights is the response by Mimico's Ryan Haig.
Haig just holds on to the ball, crashes, bangs on the inside, gets just enough separation to get that shot off, and places it so perfectly where Allman can't get to.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. There's only 3 seconds to go when the ball comes out of the face-off scrum.
OBK offense at bay. Sure, it's
big face-off win for Haig. Gets it to McConvey. He's running with numbers, and they shoot right away. They're not taking their time. 12 seconds into the fourth quarter, they let it fly, but Jonathan McConvey couldn't quite find the spot. They get it back, though, as they did have a man in position.
Maybe you wonder what this Mimico team could have done all season long with a bigger bench. Obviously, the guys on the bench here not getting as much playing time, but it just allows, guys like Ryan Haig to get a breather because he basically plays the entire game. Both McConvey brothers play a lot. So just allowing those guys to go off the field once in a while to kind of compose themselves and get a rest, it's just such a big boost.
Yeah. You talk about the guys like, Noah Cormier and Ryan Bisser filling some roles on the bench most of the time. Oh, what a nice little play. Was that Bradley Hutchcraft just tapping that ball ahead? No, actually, that was. Trying to see who that was. It was Max Naismith that just reached over the center line, tapped the ball to his teammate. But it will be Oshawa possession after the battle for the ball plays itself out. Oof. McDonald makes himself available for the outlet pass, but just doesn't catch it as it gets to him. And it will be Mimico possession. Peyton Cormier will patiently wait for a fan to pull the ball back, and then he gives it a bit of a wipe off. His damp conditions. Cormier steps into the offensive zone, confidently runs along the sideline, knowing he's got the strength. There's no way that could have gone in. But still, Cormier bangs it off the post and almost put it in. As he's winding up, I'm thinking, no, he's going to pull that down because that is an impossible angle. And he still almost put it in.
It's quite remarkable. I said it earlier, and I stand by it. Any shot he takes, I'm not even going to say it's a bad take because he's proving that he can almost score on any part of the field. One thing that he does so well is he puts that one hand on his stick. I'll finish that thought after.
That is some passing to create a power play goal. There was a penalty on that play that Cormier drew as he went to the net. And that's Jonathan McConvey.
I believe it was
finishing.
Pearson Noble, I think, who was on the crease there, number 4. Another player for the Everest Academy as well. Yeah, we talked about it last game, the Everest Academy doing a great job just growing, each year, grabbing more and more talent. Clem Durazio, the lacrosse director there and head coach of that program, turning them in, turning so many heads down in the States and up here as well, doing a fine job creating a strong program. Ball in the stick of Thomas McConvey. He'll lob it across to Haig on the far side. He's going to go for a bit of a dodge. Pfeiffer checking him. Oh, what body control. And the reverse backhand whip shot. Is it a goal or is it a crease? It's a goal. Great communication by the two officials as they run together, make eye contact. You good? You good? Yep. Hands go up. Unbelievable.
17-9.
Unbelievable. Almost speechless. I mean, this Mimico team is playing with so much confidence right now.
They're doing such a great job. Let's see if they can hold on for another 10:54 with an 8-goal lead, you'd think. I mean, Oshawa would have to match the production they've had through 49 minutes in the final 11 minutes of play. What an extended battle between Reed and Haig. It looks like Reed's going to get it. It comes out of his stick. He just bangs into his man, and eventually it's Strong coming up with it. He'll go for a run. See if he can push the pace. Oshawa's got to take chances whenever they can. Nice little spin move there by Koulis. And he scores. Koulis. Terrific play by the youngster. Gets one back for the Blue Knights.
It all starts with one. And luckily for Oshawa, Scott Reed starting to really feel himself at the X. Let's see if he can win another possession and they can maybe try to pot a few goals here.
It's been no mean feat getting a win away from Ryan Haig, but Reed is the All-Ontario draw man.
It's been a great battle between these two guys.
And another one, shoulder to shoulder, just pushing and pushing, cranking the wrists, and Reed somehow pulls it out, pops it up, and I don't know how he got that ball to himself with the defender on his arm. Just kind of flicked it up in the air and ran onto it. A little self-pass. Here comes Cardiff. Oshawa needs to score in bunches. But, again, they've got 9.5 minutes right now to score 7 goals to tie it up. So it's not like they have to go crazy.
No.
You just have to have productive possessions and score when you have your chances. Easier said than done the way they've been playing defense in the Mimico end. There's O'Connor with some tough D in the save by Haig. Sweet little pickup by Caleb Arbor, but then he loses control of the ball. It does, however, go to another pink jersey. Sorry, there's Callum Lenthinen, of course, number 3 pink, not number 3 black. Looking on the wrong side of the score sheet for a second. Lenthinen really having himself a strong second half.
Yeah, he's been great in this second half, providing not just great play, one-on-one defense, but he's been picking up some big loose balls as well.
Nice strip by Liam McCrory on the trail check on Cormier. Oh, and a great job picking off that pass at the other end. Wow.
That's a great read. Risky, but great. When you pull it off, it definitely feels good.
It's funny, you'd think Oshawa would be the team taking the chances, but that is a calculated gamble by Luke Dyken, wearing number 13 for Mimico. Behind the back attempt, that one's going to miss, but the Mountaineers will go to the power play as Oshawa has taken a penalty with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Still 17-10 for Mimico.
Yeah, eight minutes here, 7 goals. It can be done, but we'll see if Mimico can bury one here and make that feat look next to almost impossible.
Well, and it's interesting, ideologically, you're up 17-10, 7.5 minutes to go. You're halfway through the fourth quarter. You've got that 7-goal lead. How long do you wait? Not long. Peyton Cormier lets it fly. That's not a good shot selection.
No,
first time, that's a bad decision.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't agree with that take there.
No. I was going to say, they're not going to wait too long. I don't think they will just stand around and try and kill time. It's not in their nature. But I thought they'd be a little more patient than that. Cormier's back playing deep midfield again. And great positioning there by Dyken. And the Oshawa fans getting a little riled up as they don't like that call. Ground ball push. Koulis will go to the bench. And you can hear the fans yelling. He had the ball in his stick. Little overzest. Zealous. Cormier has it up top again. Hands it off to McConvey, to his brother. That one didn't get through. You could see Allman looking around because he didn't know where it had gone. It was actually blocked up front and is grabbed by Cardiff back playing a D-midi role this time. Or just a midi role. There's so many of these players. We talked about how much talent there is in this league, and so many of them are just lacrosse players. Some guys are attack, some guys are midi, but most of them can go to many spots on the field and do something good.
Mentioned it before. It's the more well-rounded a lacrosse player you are.
Oh, what a move by Pfeiffer. It's a goal and a penalty coming. That is great body control. He was in midair spinning, still had the wherewithal to control his stick, get the ball on a bouncer into the net. The way they do really act out all the goals. It's neat to see them just having so much fun on the field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, another battle out there. Great swim move through a pair of defenders by Thomas McConvey. And then he'll turn back. Smart play. All kinds of pressure here from McDonald. So McConvey goes to the net. Great slide by Brock Strong. That is just terrific team defense. And you've got to be aggressive. They make the long pass up top to Peshko. And McDonald's way out near midfield. Oshawa really extending now.
Yeah, you have to. You absolutely have to. You got to cause a turnover here. Obviously, you got to have backside help, but you really got to do something to turn the ball over here.
Right now, Ryan Haig going for a bit of a trot. He's got Pfeiffer on him. Great possession. And Pfeiffer again with the chop, and Haig still somehow wound up with it. Pfeiffer was getting dead on that stick, and Haig just so strong. Oh, the two Blue Knights players run into each other. Penalty on the check from behind there by McConvey. And boy, that's one where he's running with the ball. The defender, John Doligan, almost just let him have it.
Yeah,
you're better off with him in possession than you taking a penalty. Now Oshawa's going to have a chance to finish. You go back up to Kernan. There's Pfeiffer. Spins off a check. Nice slide by McConvey, but they do keep it moving. Oh, what a catch. Great save by Haig. And then again, he runs himself out of trouble, almost into trouble, but gets away. He's so quick. And what a handle on that ball. He's going to try and set something up. He keeps coming. Now he stops. He threw it away. Oh, he is upset with himself.
All that effort with the big save, running around, getting it to save space, and not the best pass there by Haig, especially we've seen him throw some dimes here this afternoon and all season long, but OBK going to get another chance here.
Under 4 minutes to go, though, as it's still 17-11 for Mimico. Oh, great save by Gareth Haig on the shot by Pfeiffer. But Kernan's in there. He's not just a scorer. He's digging for ground balls. Pfeiffer scores. Kernan does get the assist after a great hustle play to get the ball up off the turf. The ball's on the turf in that worn, dark area at midfield where so many battles have played out. And here's another one. Shoulder to shoulder. Haig makes the pull out, but Reed comes away with it. Can't quite control the ball. Oh, and it's just knocked and goes straight to Cardiff.
Heads up play by Reed there to knock it free and get it to his teammate.
Yeah, a great effort there by Jordan Reeves, but it just winds up with Oshawa. They've got 3:11 to go. Pfeiffer runs in, throws the brakes on. Reeves is on him. Gets a little help from Naismith. Kernan spins back. Mimico D doing a good job, but you can't stop that. Pfeiffer. I was going to say his last goal with the diving through the crease and the body control may have been the prettiest of the game. He may have just topped himself.
I think he did. Unbelievable. Devin Pfeiffer has been a human highlight reel this afternoon. Just gorgeous goal after gorgeous goal and timely goals. Oh, my word.
And gosh, can Reed get them possession once again? The ball's still on the turf as they both pulled up. Now Reed clamps down again. It pops out. Haig tried to get it. We're going to have a ground ball or loose ball push against Mimico. Thomas McConvey can't believe it. He is hopping upset. And Haig overruns his check. And he's just going to stay up front and let Jonathan McConvey go back and play some defense. Haig is tired. You can see him dragging on that one, working so hard in the faceoffs. Oh, what a rip off the crossbar. That may have come down in. They're going to say it did not, and it's a crease violation, Mimico ball. That one went off the crossbar and came down hard. I thought, is it a goal?
They're calling it a goal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. What a shot.
Just a rip. Oshawa is really finding it. They had just 8 goals, as we mentioned, through 3 quarters. Or 9 goals through 3 quarters of play. They've got 5 here in the fourth. 2:15 left, and they've got possession once again. Reed throws it ahead. Kernan will just lob it back to Cardiff, and they're back in the offensive zone within 3 now. Little spin by Pfeiffer. And he scores! Is it good? Yes, again the officials look to make eye contact. Another goal, 17-15. 6 goals in this fourth quarter. We said they'd have to match their output from the first, and it was 4 minutes in there. So in the first 50 minutes, in the last 11, and they're close to doing it. Yeah. Oshawa within 2 at 17-15, exactly 2 minutes to go.
And it's been the Pfeiffer brothers chipping away. Another great, beautiful goal here, this time from little bro Parker Pfeiffer, putting this one home, and we've got ourselves a game here now.
Ryan Haig desperately needs a face-off win for Mimico, but Reed is down battling and comes out with the ball. He'll get there first. It rolls straight over. Oh, what a grab. Great play by Dante Koulis to reach over the restraining line. Oshawa's within 2, and they've got possession, and a shot from Kernan who misses. They'll get the ball back, but it's not often he doesn't bury from there. Oh, William Cardiff, great catch, but the ball goes just a little bit wide. Haig gets it and throws it ahead. Cormier, surrounded by black jerseys. What's the call? It's a timeout. to Mimico. That's a smart call.
Yeah.
The
Like
double
you said.
team is there with Doligan and Strong. They immediately close in. Oh, McConvey. Doligan just loses containment. The goaltender, Allman, is jumping out to help in the defense. It does become a question of whether you want to put the ball in the net or just hold on to it. Sometimes you're better off just killing time. But, boy, the way Mimico's going in this case, I wouldn't mind a goal if I was them. Here's a chance. The stall is on, even as they're shooting. It's a goal. Terrific finish. Patience by Pearson Noble. He got the one goal earlier, and he had all kinds of time there and puts it in. They may have come up just a little bit too late. We'll see, though, the way they've been scoring.
Yeah.
They may have got 3 goals within a minute earlier in the game, but Mimico gets possession. Great face-off win by Ryan Haig. And then smart play to flick it over to Jonathan McConvey. He is running with Brock Strong all over him. Those long strides of Strong keeping with him as he's trying to strip the ball. He gets it out.
Oof.
Battling for it. Oh, great body control and positioning by McConvey. After a super effort by Strong. You can see why those two are both All-Ontario selections. Go to the OJMFLL.com website to see all the All-Ontario selections, to see all the updates, the scores, everything going on. I'm Steven Stamp with Pat Gregoire. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring you this game, this entire championship weekend. And McConvey doesn't mind if he's pushed out. He'll just flick it back over his head. 8 seconds to go. Mimico's going to hold on. The Mountaineers will be your 2017 OJMFLL champions. 0.6 of a second to go. Play is blown down. Far too little time as there's a penalty coming. And a little chirping now between McConvey and Strong. There was some bad blood between these teams. They're just going to let the clock run out. Again, a couple weeks ago, the Haigs both get kicked out. They're chirping. They're fighting. They're all kinds of things. And, they showed a lot of composure to go with their skill today.
Yeah, a lot of maturity. It looked like, 2 different kids out there today.
Yeah.
So clutch and really kept their composure. Still played with an edge, though. This Mimico team, what a battle. 18 goals for Peyton Cormier, the McConvey brothers. So much talent on this team. And Oshawa, you got to tip your cap for almost coming back.
Yeah, talk about composure. Oshawa down 17-9 and just chip away. Get back within 2, but then the late goal by Pearson Noble. What a game. 18-15 the final. Mimico Mountaineers, your 2017 Ontario Junior Men's Field Lacrosse League champions. I'm Steven Stamp on behalf of Gary Morrison and Pat Gregoire for JVI Sports. Thanks for being with us. We're glad you could enjoy this, and we will see you next time.